generation. I'm an only child, and I will likely be responsible for taking care of my children and my parents at the same time.
Yes, also.
And perhaps Joy, my co-host. My mother, in fact, she's here in the audience, as I've told you. She's a retired teacher. Her application for long-term health care was denied because of a pre-existing health condition. You are announcing on our show a plan to ease the financial and emotional burdens on families like mine, caring for our aging loved ones. What is that plan?
So, Sunny, like you, I took care of my mother when she was sick. She was diagnosed with cancer. And so it is a personal experience for me, as well as something I care deeply about. You know, taking care of a parent, you know, that means trying to cook what they want to eat, what they can eat. It means picking out clothes for them that doesn't soft enough that it doesn't irritate their skin, right? It means trying to think of something funny to make them laugh or smile. And there's so much about that that really is about giving folks dignity. And to your point about being in the sandwich generation, there are so many people in our country who are right in the middle. They're taking care of their kids and they're taking care of their aging parents. And it's just almost impossible to do it all, especially if they work. We're finding that so many are then having to leave their job, which means losing a source of income, not to mention the emotional stress. And so what I am proposing is that basically what we will do is allow Medicare to cover in-home health care. And because we're talking about these kinds of things where it's just about helping an aging parent or person, you know, prepare a meal, you know, put their sweater on. And it's about dignity for that individual. It's about independence for that individual. I mean, people are of declining skills to some extent, but their dignity their pride has not declined. They want to stay in their home. They don't want to go somewhere else. Plus, for the family to send them to a residential care facility, to hire somebody is so expensive. And I'll just say, well, but here's the other thing about it. So, you know, people say, well, how are you going to pay for it? Here's the thing. Here's how we pay for it. Part of what I also intend to do is allow Medicare to continue to negotiate drug prices against these big pharmaceutical companies, which means we are going to save Medicare the money because we're not going to be paying these high prices, and those resources are best then put in a way that helps a family like the one you are describing.
Which you have already done.
Which we have already done with insulin. It absolutely can be done. And it has to be about just seeing what's happening. And it's such a burden that's emotional, financial, physical. Care is about physical work. And helping people do what they rightly want and need to be able to do.
Are we going to get any help from insurance? Because I'm telling you, insurance is the bane of most people's existence. They have it, but it doesn't cover anything anymore. And they deny all of this stuff without knowing or talking to people or finding anything out. Is there anything that can be done to curb them? Because I feel like if I haven't used my insurance for a year, give me the money back. Give me the money back. Let me reinvest in my family. But there has to be some way where we can say to insurance companies, listen, you can't just knock people off and say, no, it's not good, and particularly when it's older folks.
So part of the reason for my plan is that this is about Medicare, because otherwise people have to spend down everything they've got to only be able to be eligible for the care they need as a Medicaid recipient, which means they have to spend down everything.
Right.
Basically, you know,
feel like they're going broke in order to qualify for Medicaid assistance. So that's why my plan is about Medicare. So that can coexist with insurance, but it is a way to help people actually not just get by, but get ahead. And again, the core of this is about just practical solutions, common sense solutions. I mean, that's really how I come at most of the things I work on and the things I intend to work on as president. And listen, I plan on having a Republican in my cabinet. You already got this?
Yeah, right. You asked me what's the difference between Joe Biden and me. Well, that will be one of the differences. I'm going to have a Republican in my cabinet because I don't feel burdened by letting pride get in the way of a good idea.
Yeah.
Right?